is Walter. I am 11, and my project is basically a login, username and password to log into something. So for my code, I first make a class called application, which is a frame, which is from the library tkinter, and I imported that. And frame is basically it's basically a frame where you can put stuff on it and do a lot of things with it. And then I set the usernames and passwords, and next I make a entry widget, which basically is a box that you can enter. You can change what's in it, like the words in it. So I set the text to I set the entry widget to self.v. So the self.v is the username because I set it right here. And then I made a label, which is basically just what it says. It's just a label, and I made it say login. And then I set the password, and then did the same exact thing by setting another entry widget with the text self.t, which is the password. And then I also made a button which says confirm on it. So when you enter in the username and password and you click confirm, then it basically confirms both the username and passwords and checks if it's correct. And I also binded two keys because in order to be able to use the key in your code, you have to first bind them. And and then I set variables for all the entries, buttons, and labels, and then I put them on the grid using the .grid function. And then I defined a function called userPass, which is basically checking if the username and password are correct. Because I told the button, the command for the button is the userPass command. So I told it to check the username and password, and then if it's correct, then it would print username and password accepted, and if it's not correct, it would print username and password incorrect. Please try again. So if I scroll down, I define another function which it just runs userPass. And then to run to basically confirm the class, I set application as the class. So I abbreviated that to app, and then I set the master and the title to the sample application. And then main loop is basically looping it, so it doesn't just go once and stop. So I'm gonna run this code, and once I run it, this pops up, and it's basically a screen that tells you is the login, and then has the username and password. So basically, you can type that in and that in. Since here I just set the username and password to nothing, meaning that I don't need to type anything in. So I just deleted that and then press enter, and I open up this. It says username and password accepted. So yeah, that's basically it. Any questions? Yeah.
So how would this relate to like real life?
Well, it's basically real life username and password. If you need to log in or something. So yeah.
What would you do to improve the project?
Well, I would make it like pop up a new window after once you log in, instead of just saying username and password accepted. Yes, you have a question?
What was the easiest part?
The easiest part was let's see. Easiest part was probably making all the stuff. Binding and other stuff were pretty hard. Yeah.
Alright, if you were to make another project, right? Can you use this login system? What would you make this program log into? It's a new program.
Well, I would probably make it create a new window and then have it be logged in to a I don't know, maybe just a website or something.
Website, something.
Yeah.